Presses, marches, misaligned under pressure. Hesitation flagged as risk. Women favors action. Silence counts as consent. Pathways closed without notice. Alternatives decay quickly. Calculation replaces instinct. Movement locks direction. Rick is time stamp intent. Consequences detached from road of pathways hardened instantly. Reversal sprays through high alignment enforced by sequence. Outcome trace the moment. Control shift quietly. Each selection now a space. Thresholds pass unseen. Inertia assists commitment. Roll back, denied by process. Each show's outcome. Pathways collapse behind motion. Intent converted to result. Options expire on contact. Each show's outcome. Motion defines position. Systems reward decisive flow. Metrics favor for emotion. Audits ignore context. Forks disappear after entry. Safeguards delay rhythm. Approvals arrive. Post impact it diffuses blame. Sequence overrules reflection. Constancy archived unused. Training repeats inevitability. Records emphasize compliance. Descent logged as delay. Alternatives reframed as inefficiency. Correction scheduled too late. Pattern reinforce itself. Outcomes replicate. Each show's outcome. Pathways collapse behind motion. Intake convert into result. Options expire on context. Selection feels minor at origin. Scale emerges afterward. Weight transfers invisibly. Distance blocks reconsideration. Sales outcome. Pathways. Sales outcome. Pathways. Scissors skew inside. Narrowing goes. Aftermath stabilizes. Aftermath stabilizes. Aftermath stabilizes quickly. Aftermath stabilizes quickly. Scissors pure inside. Signals stack beyond tolerance. Framework strain under low circuits. Reroute instinctively, margins thin with each cycle. Oversight fragments. Urgency spreads later, lily up without clarity. Pressure spikes across layers, maintenance deferredly. Assumptions harden into risk alarms, normalizing back down. Ordination slips by degrees, timing misaligned. Trust the roads quietly through mass instability. Continuation feels automatic, despite cracks forming underneath. Stress accumulates invisibly. Redundancy fails silently. Escalation loses direction. Safeguards lag behind acceleration. Control feels provisional. Balance close to fracture. Systems in collapse. Structure holding by habit. Force sustaining brittle order. Thresholds crossed unnoticed. Failure late now. You're delayed, not avoided. Tension defining the moment.
Response teams rotate endlessly. Decisions compress into reflex. Documentation trails reality. Dependencies multiply. Unchecked resilience overstated in reports. Adaptation reactive, not planned communication. Narrows authority diffuses. Accountability shifts downward. Ability decision replaces design. Patchwork solutions pile up. Efficiency traded for speed. Resources stretch past design limits. Continually maintain through strain alone.
Stability becomes performance. Weakness hidden through motion. Warning signs dismissed as noise. Recovery options strangling rapidly. Systems in collapse. Pressure blocking every pathways. Pressure resisting gravity. Survival framed as success. Delayed seeking for strength. Breakdown scheduled but unnamed. Process grind forward. Strain saturates each link. Inertia forces continuation. Correction postponed again. Tension unresolved. Cycle persists toward impact.
Tension calibrated at the edge. Structures aligned by calculation. Opposing forces cancel momentarily. Margin shaved without collapse. Motion control through constant correction, and steady despite tremor underneath. Data feeds contradict intuition. Discipline overrides impulse. Timing exact fractions.
Silence heavy with anticipation. Stability treated as temporary state. Every actor aware of limited slack. Equilibrium maintained through vigilance alone.
Weight shifts incrementally.
Counter adjusted.
Real time restraint competes with acceleration.
Every pause measured equilibrium. Treated as resource seconds. Counting precisely.
Balance holds briefly. Pressure suspended in aerospace. Forces match without trust, and discern through effort. Continuation uncertain. Collapse deferred, not erased. Operations proceed under constraint. Alignment check repeatedly. Tolerance redefined down. Downward coordination tightens reflexively. Control loop shorten. Error budgets evaporate. Resilience grain.
Cautiously, momentum, decisions stripped to essentials. Adaptation, constant, no surplus, moving allowed. Symmetry enforced through discipline. Stability rehearsed, not guaranteed.
Holding position consumes energy. Focus narrows, fatigue accumulates unseen. Equilibrium.
Demand, sacrifice, faith.
Waiting beyond calculation. Balance holds briefly. Strain masked by precision. Symmetry fragile, yet intact delay. Mistaken for control. Pressure gathering quietly. Resolute illusion. Not approaching without signal. Forces drift again, margins thin further. Corrections lag resume, loose and stillness breaks. Motion resumes inevitably.
Yeah.
Control sift through routines unnoticed. Parameters adjust between cycles. X's narrows without alarms. Habits realign to new limits. Compliance learned through repetition. Rewrite it quietly. Oversight embedded in tools. Options trimmed by design. Silence uses cover. Adaptation framed as efficiency. Boundaries rewritten while moving. Pressure applied incrementally. Resistance diluted by process. Authority hidden in workflow. Awareness told by continuity.
Changes register after acceptance.
Shifts are applied, incrementality.
Control, mutate silently. Bruisey but without notice. Guidance, mass command, trees.
Dictation, consent implied.
Control, mutate silently. Control, mutate silently. Control, mutate silently.
Consent implied.
Interfaces simplify while power concentrates. Delegation fragments, responsibility, accountability diffuses across layers. Traceability, reduce feedback thresholds, recalculate midstream. Adaptation penalized, enforcement outsourced. The system's compliance automated, vigilance redirected to metrics. Context stripped away, movement permitted within grids. Deviation flagged as inefficiency. Correction applied without confrontation. Correction applied without confrontation. Correction applied without confrontation. Control, mutate silently. Alignment replaces choice. Motion, continuity. Control, mutate silently. Alignment replaces choice. Motion, continuity.
Control, mutates. Control,
Mutates.
control.
Mutates. Processes, loop forward. Limits, settle deeper. Oversight blends into habits. Processes, loop forward. Processes, loop forward. Control. Processes. Control. Signals register before thought completes. Actions log in motion, tolerance windows narrow instantly. Margins erased by design.
Errors quantified without delay. Systems react faster than intent. Pathways close as choices form, alerts replace hesitation. Posture shift under pressure, training surfaces automatically reflects, overrides doubt.
Timelines compress, accountability attaches the movement. Silence falls, compliance.
Momentum dictates outcome.
Response precedes reflection. Correction lands before awareness. Timing favors enforcement. Reaction. Speed defines position. Delay converts to fold. Neutrality disappears on contact.
Consequences activate immediately.
Cause and effect. Collapse together. Action trigger response, no buffer remains. Impact arrives without warning. Consequences. Rapid sound. No maybe Larry. Cause and effect. Thresholds are calculated like permissions. Lucky per second standing, adjust through performance deviation. Flagged in transit, safeguards prioritize efficiency. Oversight embedded in routine, judgment automated through pattern recovery. Pass remove, escalation normalized. Authority expresses process disciplined and low to speed. Resistance slow by friction. Outcomes finalized before appeal. Control escalates through immediate power hides inside reactions. Speed replaces deliberation. Enforcement gains advantage. Yo, venture. Falling instantly. Loops tighten forward, cause meets effect without distance. Reaction chain rapidly, systems come from closure. Records seal events, motion continue, accountability persists. Silence marks completion, processes reset. Readiness maintained, pressure sustained, outcomes remain fixed. Schedule lock outcomes before motion begins. Calendars and collapse quietly. Checkpoints align, Torah lost preparation. That's inevitability. Into narrow lanes, success statistically excluded early. Targets drift out of reach by design. Incentives contradict survival timelines. Compressed or deficit projections erase contingency compliance. Reasons too busy for sure.
Train for impact. Silence treated as readiness. Moving continues despite no results.
Forecast our own will up, probability hardens into order. Deviation priced as error. Optimism removed from planning margins. Denied access.
Failure scheduled in advance. Outcome booked ahead of action. Defeat file before attempt. Lost formalized. No process. Expectation shapes result. Collapse arrives on time. Expectation shapes result. Collapse arrives on time.
Reports circulate before events occur. Supervisors track decline proactively. Alarms muted through familiarity. Labor measured unreachable. Baselines fatigue converted into data. Corrections and workload systems reward endurance over change. Feedback loops tighten downward. Escape paths mark non-viable. Authority seat as precedent. Repetition replaces choice. Training emphasizes absorption. Endurance mistaken for progress.
Routine.
Untapped.
Structure benefits from predictability hardens into order. Deviation like as errors. That momentum move from planning laws and deployed autos.
Failure scheduled in advance. From the above. Zoom deep into repair. Somebody come better. Some price was
Timers expire as expected. Records confirm projections. Analysis declares accuracy. Process claims success. Lessons archived. The new sequence resets. Pressure resumes. Planning continues forward. Inevitability preserved. Motion sustained without deviation. Figures stream across dim interfaces. Thresholds recalculated without pause. Margins compressed by constant demand. Bodies reduced to inputs and outputs. Allocations strict and unforgiving. Excess flagged instantly. Shortages punished harder. Movement authorized only by metric. Silence replaced with alerts. Choices narrowed by ratio. Survival framed as equation. Deviation marked as failure. Discipline enforced through repetition.
Totals climb while tolerance drops. Forecast rewrite intent. Hesitation logged as loss. Learn bound to accuracy. Instinct sidelined by proof. Numbers dictate survival. Value ranked by yield. Continuation granted through compliance. Errors priced without mercy. Existence audited. Each cycle outcome sealed by count alone.
Scales tighten around remaining capacity. Resources segmented. Access to collaboration measured. Not trusted. Endurance tested. A goal is time fragmented into new a minute. Recovery denied signals. Filtered through probability. Strategy reduced to where mythic faces blur into statistics. Persistence defined by output rate. Pressure normalized through habit. Awareness narrow to targets ahead. Calculation eclipses judgment. Weight of totals bends resolve. Precision demanded under strain. Deviation invites erasure. Balance sacrifice for certainty.
Numbers dictate survival. Ranking replaces meaning. Comply extends motion resistance. Range reserves margins vanish quickly. Continuation sold as success.
Counts refresh again. Limits redraw. Metrics advance. Space contracts. Movement persists until totals end. Checkpoints multiply across routine paths. Permissions fragment into temporary passes. Oversight expands through minor updates. Caution refrained as efficiency. Tolerance narrowed by metric. Silence from signage alarms. Normalized tension training favors reaction over judgment. Coverage gaps widen quietly. Trust converted into procedure. Markets trim daily. Fallback options remove. Readiness demanded without support accepted as baseline.
Risk rate distributed downward. Incremental changes avoid notice. Each step justified as protection. Notice reward reduction. Exceptions vanish.
Uncertainty grows inside compliance.
Safety array. Rally protection. Thins by design. Safeguards traded for speed. Coverage recedes unnoticed. Damage accepted as cost. Forest and narrow spoken while barrier. Gradually protection. Thins by design. Safeguards traded for speed. Coverage recedes unnoticed. Damage accepted as cost.
Assurance unknown spoken while barriers fall. Reports high stability, graph incidents reframed as anomaly. Staffing optimized past resilience, redundancy label waste response celebrated while capacity shrinks. Warnings buried under updates shows replacing vigilance. That solution, accountability diffuse across layers, oversight delays, compounded confidence scripted for briefings, recovery deferred indefinitely. Exposures becomes habit, thresholds lowered again, acceptance learned.
Gradual loss evades alarm, erosion hides in policy. Edit absence feels normal, concern dismissed, misses correction postponed.
Safety erased.
Gradually protection thins by design. Safeguards traded for speed. Coverage exceeds unnoticed. Damage accepted as cost. Assurance and more spoken to study. Gradually protection thins by design. Safeguards traded for speed. Coverage exceeds unnoticed. Damage accepted as cost.
And some more to follow while barriers fall. Systems continue without pause. Gaps persist unaddressed. Updates promise future fixes. Vigilance remain demanded. Erosion stabilizes. Risk stays normalized.
thresholds replace value across control spaces. Metrics assess endurance, not skill. Limits tighten through routine checks. Strain normalizes proof of function. Tolerance praises currency. Silence logged as compliance. Capacity stretched without reward. Pressure light incrementally. Adaptation demanded without context. Fatigue classified as acceptable variance. Bodies counted by resilience. Output ignored beyond survival. Effort flattened into endurance. Deviation flagged early. Adjustment forced continuously.
Standards sink quietly, expectations recalibrated downward. Resistance reframed as inefficiency. Acceptance strained through a tissue worth narrow to persistence alone.
Worth reduced to tolerance. Value measured by how much bends without breaking credit. Assigned to endurance, not impaired. Break design. Survival staking for contribution. Strain become identity. Evaluations track damage, not growth. Systems reward those who absorb pressure. Longest erosion disguised as stability. Comparisons enforce compliance. Recovery excluded from schedules. Limits tested daily without repair. Voices thin under constant demand. Adjustment loops erase refusal. Control spreads through normalization. Choice reduced to coping speed. Descent logged as fragility. Compliance marketed as strength. Decline distributed.
It depends on managed strain. Tolerance supervises hierarchy. Reduce where simplifies control.
Worth reduced tolerance. Value confined to endurance. Matching captiveness. Survival collapse. Postponed through compliance. Strain rewarded over change. Persistence owed to success. Cycles repeat without review. Tolerance resets. Baseline lower. Strain accumulates silently. Records show consistency. Management approves. Continuation. Pressure sustained structure motion proceeds unchanged. Balance never recalculated. Endurance remains requirement. System holds briefly.
Harder course like moon. Harder course like moon.
Protocols lock movement across monitor zones. Compliance framed as safety baseline. Deviation track before intent forms. Signal escalate without warning. Authority embedded in procedure. Reaction automated through layers. Discipline arise. Prayer approved. Tension normalized as routine state. Bodies learn restraint patterns. Hesitation logged as fault. Silence treated as consent. Risk redistributed. Downward force waste behind policy text. Response
Mind long before action occurs.
Sequence tightens after minor breach. Margins erased by strict thresholds. Escalation coded into structure. Delayed into function already cued.
Rules trigger retaliation. Inference on activates by design. Correction arise without dialogue. Procedure replaces judgment. Response succeed action. Balance roliation. Enforcement activates by design. Correction arise without dialogue. Procedure replaces judgment. Response succeed action.
Aftermath folded into reports. Cause reduced to violation codes. Responsibility displaced into charts. Actors hidden behind mandate. Repetition ability. Warnings lose meaning through frequency. Restraint punished as weakness. Counterforce justified as maintenance. Order preserved through visible consequence. Memory shortened intentionally. Cycles accelerate under pressure. Authority detached from outcome systems. Learn aggression efficiently.
Retaliation, partition, dimension, reaction, valid control, resistance, fuels expansion, drug depends on rules, trigger retaliation, partition, dimension, reaction, fractal action, necessity, see stability claimed after damage.
Processes reset without review. Records.
Allocation begins before demand is spoken. Counters activate, inventory scan. Margins reduced to units, motion synchronized with supply. Excess trim immediately.
Attention fixed on ratios, ways flag without delay. Affair divided into segments, channels narrow by design. Each action log, pressure managed through calculation. Efficiency favored over impulse, continuity protected by limits.
Circulation maintained, risk distributed. Systems advanced by account.
Numbers replace instinct, forecast override hope. Consumption tracked in real time, adjustments executed mid-stride. Tolerance recalculated, scarcity sharpened into full, preserved by balance.
Resources met. Resources measured precisely up arrival lanes winter.
Resources measured precisely, define survival lanes. Intake calculated, output justified, every transfer verified. Surplus denied, endurance earned through control. Reward strain, balance of balance, chains tighten under observation. Demand reshaped by policy, buffer strengthen, stabilize. Substitution occurs without notice. Priority cues, reorder action, access conditional on yield. Authority expressed through metrics, labor converted to figures. Energy routed at friction, absorbed by planning. Repetition secures consistency, optimization becomes reflex. Stability traded for reach, progress counted, not felt.
Control deepens as margins thin. Precision prevents collapse.
Distribution outpaces desire. Continuity depends on restraint. Calculation shields movement from shock. Order persists.
Resources measure. Resources measure. Resources measure precisely anchored on ensure. Yeah. Oh.
Resources measured precisely.
Resources.
No, sí.
Compression builds before intent forms, corridors, narrow options collapse. Signal accelerate, restraint apply without notice. Routines tied in around our poder, she hardens behavior, margins disappear, breathing synchronized with demand. Silence replaced by alerts, movement guided by constraint. Deviation punished instantly, autonomy traded for stability. Focus sharpened by threat, rhythm enforced through rotation. Awareness fixed on consequence, more weight increases as choices shrink. Tolerance erodes, adaptation become mandatory. Hesitation costly, compliance disguised as efficiency. Resistance absorbed in the process, control feels automatic.
Pressure replaces freedom at the point of action. Force dictates direction. Limits define motion. Relief removed from the equation. Survival optimized. Strength capacity provenly under load.
Systems reward endurance, not escape. Oversight, constant expectations escalate. Stress normalizing to shock our bodies function. This conduits are reduced to execution. Risk redistributed, downward urgency reframed as duty. Cycles repeat, faster recovery, minimize output, praise fatigue, ignore balance, lost and recalculated. Identity reshaped by demand, progress measured through persistence alone.
Strain sharpens alignment, collapse avoided by compression, elasticity sacrificed for control. Order maintained through sustained force, release postponed indefinitely. Pressure replaces freedom across every channel. Motion governed by weight, choice narrowed to compliance. Resistance converted into viewer, endurance authorizes condition within the system.
Flow remains constant, release never announced. Day continues on the reach, operations, silence, slow by pressure holds pace. Net exit undefined.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Boundaries appear before action begins. Parameters locked in the routine. Pressure normalized through repetitions, flashed and vanished. Authority implied, not spoken. Compliance learned through motion. Steps shorten, margins tighten. Oversight embedded in habit. Resistance stays in the rhythm. Checks incur with the pause. Tolerance drops criminally. Structure whole shake. Rerouted, silence replaces debate. Systems breach control, pass narrow yet accelerate. Outcome framed as necessity. Yeah.
Constraints cycle through each phase. Tolerance measured in seconds. Error budget shrink fast. Warning lights pulse briefly. Attention sharpens. Motion survives. Fitting frame. Limits enforced daily. Define direction and speed. Permission replaced by thresholds. Access granted then withdrawn. Effort counted and corrected. Discipline, concurrency. Limits enforced daily. Define direction and speed. Permission replaced by thresholds. Access granted then withdrawn. Effort counted and corrected. Discipline, concurrency. Yeah. Escalation follows pattern, not impulse. Windows close. Early correction overrides instant. E-sources redirected instantly. Hierarchy and guide through response time. Tory encoded in process. Deviation law been neutralized. Silence confirms approval. Friction absorbed by routine. Fatigue converted into efficiency. Repetition hardens intent. Compliance shakes outcome. Stability rewarded with continuation. Risk trimmed to function. Momentum persists. Intro sharpens under constant review. Limits carve reliable channels. Movement stays viable within edges. Collapse avoided through constraint. Freedom trades for tenuity. Pressure read the streets, not remotely. Maintain operational balance. Thresholds dictate motion. Corrections voided then withdrawn. Effort counted and corrected. Discipline, compliancy. Limits enforced daily. Maintain operational balance. Thresholds dictate motion. Corrections voided then withdrawn. Effort counted and corrected. Discipline, compliancy. Cycle resets without signal. Counters return to zero. Constraints reload automatically. Motion resume within edges. Collects them, not explosive. Enforcement unseen, but absolute. Intentional. Popeyes. Syscom. Limits. Removes. Remits. Output defines where the output defines where the
Center register, systems boot on demand. Signals queue in sequence. Attention routed to a target's value translated into figures. Pace dictated by throughput, silence real with timers. Hands move automatically. Task fragment into units, evaluation constant. Drift corrected immediately. Effort track without context. Presence justified only by motion. Pause inflate is large, momentum preserved through repetition.
Identity compressed into variables.
Awareness narrow to output flow.
Accumulation replaces reflection. Benchmarks rise without warning. Tolerance strings proof require 10 to dilution.
Output defines worth inside this structure.
Yield outweighs intention.
Numbers speak before voices. Continuation or
Standing measured by results alone. Existence
validated by produced force.
Ay, work streams overlap without boundary. Escalation steady. Recovery to prioritize capacity. Assumed incident errors log now forgiven. Correction automated. Autonomy dissolved into procedure. Recognition condition can value fluctuates hourly. Comparison enforced across peers. Fatigue hidden behind consistency. Adaptation constant.
Optimization praise and efficiency erase. Rhythm maintain compression. Self-reduced to function.
Quantification absorbs complexity, meaning strict to totals. Exchange rate fixed between labor and approval. Deviation punished through subtraction. Silence follows underperformance.
Output defines worth across every channel.
Scale replaces judgment.
Surplus ensures survival. Deficit removal. Progress equals accumulation.
Counters keep running. Assessment never ends.
Motion substitutes identity. Signal
Systems remain active.
image stabilize authority.
Cycle continue. Cycle continue. Cycle continue. passes marches, misaligned under pressure. Hesitation flagged as risk, women favors action. Silence counts as consent, pathways closed without notice. Alternatives decay quickly, calculation replaces instinct. Movement locks direction, Rick is time stamp intent. Consequences detached from road if pathways harden instantly. Reversal sprays through high alignment, enforced by sequence. Outcome, trace the moment. Control shift quietly. Each selection now a space. Thresholds pass unseen. Inertia assists commitment. Roll back, denied by process. Each show's outcome. Pathways collapse behind motion. Intent converted to result. Options expire on contact. Each show's outcome. Motion defines position. Systems reward decisive flow. Metrics favor forward motion. Audits ignore context. Forks disappear after entry. Safeguards delay rhythm. Approvals arrive post. Impact it diffuses blame. Sequence overrules reflection. Constancy archived unused. Training repeats inevitability. Records emphasize compliance. Descent logged as delay. Alternatives reframed as inefficiency. Correction scheduled too late. Pattern reinforce itself. Outcomes replicate. Each show's outcome. Pathways collapse behind motion. Intake converted to result. Options expire on context. Selection feels minor at origin. Scale emerges afterward. Weight transfers invisibly. Distance blocks reconsideration. Sales outcome. Pathways. Sales outcome. Pathways. Scissors skew inside narrow windows. Aftermath stabilizes. Aftermath stabilizes. Aftermath stabilizes. Quickly. Aftermath stabilizes. Quickly. Scissors skew inside. Signals stack beyond tolerance.
遭受敌人攻击了。
Strain under low circuits. Reroute instinctively margins thin with each cycle. Oversight fragments. Urgency spreads later. Lily opera without clarity. Pressure spikes across layers. Maintenance deferredly. Assumptions harden into risk alarms. Normalizing back down. Ordination slips by degrees. Time and misaligned. Trust the roads quietly. Through mass instability. Continuation feels automatic. Despite cracks forming underneath. Stress accumulates invisibly. Redundancy fails silently. Escalation loses direction. Safeguards lag behind acceleration. Control feels provisional. Balance close to fracture. Systems in collapse. Structure holding by habit. Forces standing brittle. Order thresholds crossed unnoticed. Failure late. Now you're delayed, not avoided. Tension defining the moment.
Response teams rotate endlessly. Decisions compress into reflex. Documentation trails reality. Dependencies multiply. Unchecked resilience overstated in reports. Adaptation reactive, not planned communication. Narrows authority diffuses. Accountability shifts downward. Ability decision replaces design. Patchwork solutions pile up. Efficiency traded for speed. Resources stretch past design limits. Continue we maintain through strain alone.
Stability becomes performance. Weakness hidden through motion. Warning signs dismissed as noise. Recovery options trailing rapidly. Systems in collapse. Pressure blocking every pathways. Pressure resisting gravity. Survival frame the success. Delayed. Seeking for strength. Breakdown scheduled but unnamed. Process grind forward. Strain saturates each link. Inertia forces continuation. Correction postponed again. Tension unresolved. Cycle persists toward impact.
哎呀！
Tension calibrated at the edge. Structures aligned by calculation. Opposing forces cancel momentarily. Margin shave without collapse.
Motion control through constant correction, and steady despite tremor underneath. Data feeds contradict intuition, discipline overrides impulse, time in exact fractions.
Silence heavy with anticipation, stability treated as temporary state. Every actor aware of limit, it's like equilibrium maintained through vigilance alone.
Weight shifts incrementally. Real time restraint competes with acceleration.
Every pause measured equilibrium, treated as resource seconds counting. Precisely.
Balance holds briefly, pressure suspended in aerospace. Forces match without trust, stillness earned through effort, continuous uncertain. Collapse deferred, not erased. Operations proceed under constraint. Alignment check repeatedly, tolerance redefined down. Downward coordination tightens, reflexively control. Loop shorten, error budgets evaporate, resilience grain.
Cautiously, momentum, decisions stripped to essentials. Adaptation, constant, no surplus, moving allowed. Symmetry enforced through discipline. Stability, rehearsed, not guaranteed.
Holding position consumes energy. Focus narrows, fatigue accumulates, unseen equilibrium.
Demand, sacrifice,
Waiting beyond calculation. Balance holds briefly, strain masked by precision. Symmetry fragile, yet intact delay. Mistaken for control, pressure gathering quietly. Resolute illusion, not approaching without signal. Forces drift again, margins thin further. Corrections lag resume, loose and stillness breaks. Motion resumes inevitably.
yeah.
Control sift through routines unnoticed. Parameters are just between cycles. X's narrows without alarms. Habits realign to new limits. Compliance learned through repetition. Rewrite it quietly. Oversight embedded in tools. Options trimmed by design. Silent shoes discover adaptation framed as efficiency. Boundaries rewritten while moving. Pressure applied incrementally. Resistance diluted by process. Authority hidden in workflow. Awareness told by continuity.
Changes register after acceptance.
Shifts to apply incrementality.
Control, mutate silently. Bruisey but without notice. Guidance, mass command trees.
Dictation, consent imply.
Control, mutate silently. Control, mutate silently. Control, mutate silently.
Consent imply.
Interfaces simplify while power concentrates. Delegation fragments, responsibility, accountability diffuses across layers. Traceability, reduce feedback thresholds, recalculate midstream. Adaptation, penalized enforcement, outsourced. The system's compliance automated. Vigilance redirected to metrics. Context stripped away. Movement permitted within grids. Deviation flagged as inefficiency. Correction, correction applied without confrontation. Correction applied without confrontation. Correction applied without confrontation. Control, mutate silently. Alignment replaces choice. Motion, continuity. Control, mutate silently. Alignment replaces choice. Motion, continuity.
Control, mutates. Control,
Mutates.
control.
Mutates. Your processes loop forward. Limits settle deeper. Oversight blends into habits. Processes loop forward. Processes loop forward. Control. Processes. Control. Signals register before thought completes. Actions log in motion, tolerance windows narrow instantly. Margins erased by design.
Errors quantified without delay. Systems react faster than intent. Pathways close as choices form, alerts replace hesitation. Posture shift under pressure, training surfaces automatically reflects, overrides doubt.
Timelines compress, accountability attaches the movement. Silence follows compliance.
Momentum dictates outcome.
Response precedes reflection. Correction lands before awareness. Timing favors enforcement. Reaction. Speed defines position. Delay converts to fold. Neutrality disappears on contact.
Consequences activate immediately.